Welcome to Valparaiso Chile, where art is life. Let's go walk the hills.
I'm not a seasoned globetrotter by any means, but I've done my fair share of traveling, and I can honestly say that there are very few places on this earth where art, in its true essence, is the driving force that fuels a community. Valparaiso Chile is one such place. In fact, the historic quarter here was declared an official United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural organization in 2003. Before the opening of the Panama Canal in 1914, Valparaiso played a vital geographical role. This was the time in history when the city served as a major stopover for ships traveling between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans by crossing the Straits of Magellan. Heavy visitation, immigration, and European influence impregnated the architecture and culture of Valparaiso, including the art. Within the last 15 years, the city has birthed a new renaissance of original artistic movement, attracting the attention of much international tourism. And today, many thousands of tourists visit Valparaiso from around the world to marvel at the city's unique labyrinth of cobbled alleys and colorful buildings. I'm fortunate to live just about 30 minutes via bus from this unique and fascinating artistic community. So when the art issue arrived in Spiritualists International Magazine, I took full advantage of my location on the globe. We began our tour at the bottom of the hill, just like any tourist getting off the boat from the port. We then took one of the famous ascensores up the massive hillside to land at the top of Cerro Alegre, which means literally Happy Hill. Now, I couldn't have named this any better myself. There is nothing but a pure rush of inspiration and artistic thrill up here for me personally, and happiness is always the result of these two emotions. We began to stroll the cobblestone streets, capturing the magnificence of this highly artistic community. When walking here, I often feel like I'm inside a Tim Burton movie, only with extreme color and vibrancy. Even the food here is a work of art, really. And we feasted on a deep and delicious salmon pasta, which was hands down the best plate I've tasted this year. As an artist myself, I'm heavily drawn to any place that art is not only accepted as a legitimate livelihood, but also encouraged as a gateway to happiness and self-expression.
In Valparaiso, everything is art. I have to film this because I find it super intelligent, ironic, and just funny. This says, who do you prefer? When you put out a cigarette, you vote with your cigarette butt. You prefer Led Zeppelin, Queen, or Pink Floyd. We're not picking favorites or anything, but you can see how the people basically vote. And it is actually legitimate wall art at the same time as opposed to putting your cigarette butt on the street.
We walked for hours on end, never once feeling tired or low on energy. The visual thrill waiting around each corner has a way of keeping the mind stimulated and the body energized. It's really interesting to experience this because these hills are anything but small, and the amount of physical exercise you get on this tour is no small achievement. Since I first arrived in Chile over 3 years ago now, I have visited these hills regularly to absorb the artistic energies and enjoy a truly unique Chilean subculture. It's no coincidence that my own artistic abilities were rekindled in this section of the country, and feel that without this influence, I may have missed an entire new chapter in my life filled with artistic expression.
Mira, lo mejor sigamos de acá para ver la parte en la que se levanta la pantalla.
So to bring this little tour of Valpo to a close, remember that the human being itself, with all of its physical and spiritual capabilities, is nothing less than the Creator observing its personalized universal existence. When we enrich this experience through the arts, we amplify the expression of our very soul. Art, in many ways, is a form of inner freedom, and it creates an entire world within ourselves that can exist independently from the outer world. Creativity and imagination can thrive in our minds freely at any time should we choose to give them our attention and set us free. It's no secret that the arts are less sought after in today's world, and that the visual and performance arts alike are given less currency in the modern day idea of success. But here in Valparaiso, you will find that the type of authenticity and freedom they find through the arts gives the spirit a chance to exist in a liberated state of freedom.